Hello, my fiery friends. Once again, welcome to our next fiery fun stream. And again, this is your fiery friend, the Infernoman here, ready to have another exciting day of MTG Arena goodness. So, without further ado, let's go ahead, let's jump right into it right now, and we're going to see what we're playing today. I actually am really excited for today's deck. So, as you can see right here, we're going to be throwing together something that y'all voted on. Y'all wanted to see some fun gameplay in Historic, is it? Wow, actually, it's been a little while since I've actually played Historic, but I was happy to oblige. So, although the deck originally was designed for the Timeless format, with a couple of small tweaks, I was able to actually make it perfectly run in Historic. What exactly are we talking about, you may be wondering? Well, as you can see on screen right here, this is our deck today. We, of course, are going to be playing, as I just mentioned right now, in Historic with the deck that I'm calling the Demon Ping. But what does that exactly mean? Excuse me for a second. Okay, so, well, again, if you haven't seen any of my streams in the past, all we just simply do is we're just going to talk about briefly a little overview of the deck tech, then we'll then play a bunch of games as much as possible in the next couple hours. That's pretty much it. Nothing really fancy. Also, I noticed that, yes, we are starting a little bit earlier than normal, but again, I have a bunch of other, big boy things to do later today. But that's, again, not a big deal for me. So all I just had to do was just move up the time. Remember that, again, our times usually tend to vary a little bit. We usually do either a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday stream, just depending on, again, how life goes. But enough of me talking about all the other stuff that has nothing to do with Magic. We'll then have plenty of time to just go over whatever it's on your mind later on. So, what exactly are we playing, as I just mentioned? Well, the Demon Ping basically focuses on Nixilis Captive Kingpin here. Excuse me, 1 second again. Ooh, just a little cough. But otherwise, this is actually a card that I've actually been wanting to play for the longest time, but I had no idea what was a good idea for this. I've kind of played around with him a little bit in various decks, but a lot of them just didn't really turn out exactly how I wanted to. I was hoping that maybe we could try to find a combo deck that would make him work. So, thankfully, however, with Modern Horizons 3, I think exactly we got what we need. So, if you haven't seen this card at all, Nixilis Captive Kingpin is going to be a 4-mana, 4/3 demon that is a flying and trampler that also has, whenever one or more opponents each lose exactly 1 life, you put a +1/+1 counter on Nixilis. You then exile the top card of your library, and until the end of your next turn, you may play that card. But there is a key card that actually will help us take advantage of that exile ability, and that it comes from the latest set with Unstable Amulet. Excuse me. Unstable Amulet is our key piece that's going to help make this combo work. Unstable Amulet, as you can see right here, is a 2-mana artifact that reads, when it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, you'll get do exactly 1 point of damage to each opponent. You then basically pay 2 you pay 2 energy and exile the top card of your library. Then you may play it until you exile from another card with the amulet itself. Ooh, wow. Words are hard right now. I usually never up this early myself, but basically the idea is we'll then exile a couple of cards with Unstable Amulet, then Nixilis Captive Kingpin will then be able to then ping our opponent. Once we ping our opponent, we'll then exile another card. Then with the Unstable Amulet out, you kind of get the idea here, we'll then be able to then ping our opponent again, and the sequence just keeps going over and over again. Because we technically could go infinite, but we're going to need, of course, a lot of mana or energy to pull this combo off. So that's where the rest of the deck comes into play. So, starting in the 1-drop slot, we'll go with the creatures first. For the creatures that we have, we're going to need, again, pingers. But we don't want to exactly go with some of the old-fashioned things of, like Thermal Alchemist and whatnot. I've tried testing those out, and they just don't work out because they're just way too slow. So we just need immediate pingers right when they hit the battlefield, or just easier ways to just do things at instant speed. And that's where Voldrin Epic here comes into play. So this vampire here, ETBs, does 1 point of damage to each opponent, and we create a blood token. Both of those are going to be key for the deck. So with that 1 ping, I can also, again, trigger off Nixilis to do its thing. However, we're going to need a little bit more than that, of course. So that's where the 2-drop slot comes into play. You have Amped Raptor here. If I'm sure many of you who have already played in Timeless or even Historic know what this Raptor does. I actually love this card and what it's capable of. So, ETBs, basically you'll get 2 energy, then you can cast a card, and if you cast it from your hand, you get to exile the top cards of your library until you exile a non-land card. You then pay, of course, a certain amount of energy equal to the mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Basically, it just helps you cheat something out for just energy. And because it's exiled, that also will trigger off Ob Nixilis as well and Unstable Amulet. So really, really awesome card, really helpful for us. But as I mentioned earlier, we're going to need a little bit more because we still need to make sure the combo works, even if we need to pay mana. So that's where Runaway Steam comes into play. Also, another old school card that I actually love so much. And again, it's one of our only ritual cards that helps us just keep the combo going. We have a ton of red cards. We don't have a single black card, so every single card we play will be able to then just pump up some more counters on this card. And then, of course, we then just pull off all those counters, just get a little extra mana, and just keep the whole combo going. But do we need more than that? Yes, we're going to need more. So, of course, that's where Burgi comes into play. Burgi God of Storytelling. Whenever we cast a spell, we'll add red mana. Excuse me. And then this card, of course, will just make sure that that red mana just keeps stacking up so we can just keep casting more and more things. If we have extra copies and we don't need maybe another copy of Burgi, we can also even play Harnfell Horde of Bounty. It's a little more expensive at 5 mana, but we are a combo deck and we are capable of pulling it off. Not to mention because that also helps us out a ton here with its ability to discard cards, and then we could exile the top 2 cards of our library and we can play those. So that's also where, again, additional pieces for the combo will be able to do its thing. Just in case we need a little bit more extra support, we also have ways of putting more cards in exile with Light Up the Stage here. So another way of we can also pull off some things. However, we still need to go even deeper. Say if maybe we can't pull off the Ob Nixilis combo, we will need a couple extra ways to just ping our opponent down and get our win. So we also have Mayhem Devil here. Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent, and it can be us or it can be our opponent, we could deal 1 point of damage to any target. We can either use this to remove maybe pesky blockers, or we can also use it to then trigger off Ob Nixilis and keep the combo going. And then finally, our only other support pieces to make sure everything does work is we have Galvanic Discharge here. It's our way of also developing us a little extra energy if we need to in a pinch. So we aren't super heavy into energy, but what we do have is ways of either using it for removal, or we can utilize it again just as an Anthem effect, then trigger off Amped Raptor or Unstable Amulet to do a little bit more. And then finally, to round out the whole package and also give us a little bit of excuse me. To give us a little bit more support, we also have Oni Cult Anvil here. Antonio Archer. Hey, is it Timeless? Oh, hey, how you doing today? Good morning. Antonio, actually, according to our poll, we're going to be doing some originally historic, but I think maybe halfway through the video, I think we'll jump into Timeless a little bit later on. So I actually do want to see how the deck does in both formats, but thanks again for asking. You actually could play this if you want to in either format. It's actually pretty legit in both, so after my testing, of course. But otherwise, final card that I just want to mention real quick to everybody else out there is going to be Oni Cult Anvil. This is actually going to be our great option here to help us do some pinging with Ob Nixilis, Mayhem Devil, with the sacrificing of any kind of artifact to then make a construct, and we can just keep looping this at least once a turn. That's also where that extra little blood token come into play, or if we need to maybe sacrifice an extra copy of Unstable Amulet. Basically, you get the idea here. It just helps us stabilize and also just keeps the combo going. Yeah, you are welcome. Happy to have you here. Hopefully, again, you're having a good morning wherever you're watching, or even if it's an afternoon. But otherwise, that's basically the whole game plan, everybody. So as I just mentioned again, we're just pinging our opponent down little by little here. We're going to use all of our extra pieces here to either then set up the combo with Ob Nixilis to just keep going off. Ideally, you actually could go practically infinite with this combo if you just have all the pieces out. It is a lot of pieces, and it's asking a lot, but janky as it is, I absolutely love when this combo goes off. And hopefully today, at least a couple times on stream, we're going to see if we can actually try to go infinite at least once or twice. I would love to have that, of course. But before we continue on, let's of course wrap up the rest of the deck tech. So we are a budget deck, and of course this is where we focus all of our energy on. So copies of swamps here, we have a bunch of mountains. We have Foreboding Ruins. In paper, of course, this is a rare, but again, because it's arena, it is an uncommon, so we're going to take full advantage of that. We will need a little extra pinging, so that's where Jagged Barrens comes into play. ETBs is a desert land, also pings our opponent for ones, which is really, really awesome for our deck, and it helps, again, just keep the combo going. And then finally, a single copy of Arena of Glory. Ideally, if you can put this down and then maybe cast off Ob Nixilis, then take advantage of its secondary ability here to exert it, we then can make Ob Nixilis hasty, and as we keep pinging off our opponent, we should be able to then one-shot our opponent with our combo if we need to pull it off immediately. Otherwise, if you're interested in taking this into best of 3. But today, keep in mind that if you do watch most of my content, I tend to play mostly best of 1. It's mostly, again, just a content thing. But if you do want to play this in best of 3, your sideboard is as follows here. So you have Bone Shards here. This, again, will help you, again, just get through some things, just destroy some creatures or planeswalkers. Maybe if your Galvanic Discharge isn't doing its thing here. We also have End the Festivities here. It does a little bit of extra damage to all the creatures, softens them up. Maybe it's usually really good against either token decks or elf decks. And then also it will ping your opponent for 1, so it does trigger off, of course, Nixilis and everything else. I have a copy of Feed the Swarm here. This is mostly just your enchantment hate, but you can also use it on a creature. Same with Angrass Rampage here. Mostly it's for artifact hate, but you can also utilize it against a creature or planeswalker. Again, the reason why we use this against maybe something like, say, a Braid is Angrass Rampage will get rid of the One Ring, so that's also the reason why we have it. And also it will trigger off Mayhem Devil. Excuse me. We have Tormod's Crypt here. It's free. It is an artifact that we can sacrifice to Oni Cult Anvil, or you can sacrifice it itself for free just to exile a graveyard, and also it will trigger off Mayhem Devil as well. And then finally, to round out the package, if you are dealing with a lot of control decks or combo decks of your own, then you throw in Duresses here. Yes, of course, if you have the wild cards for it, and you have Thoughtseize, of course use Thoughtseize. But again, our focus today is just to make a fun, cool little combo deck that's completely on a budget. I think I put this together for, I'm trying to remember right now, I think it's 12 rares, and I think on paper, if you do want to put this together in paper, it's only actually 85 bucks, so not too shabby for a pretty decent little deck here if you actually want to throw it all together for the price I just mentioned. But otherwise, whew, okay, give me 1 second here. I need to drink some water after all that talking. Ooh, excuse me real quick, folks. All right. So with that, we're going to go into playing a bunch of games. So again, mostly when we do these streams, I know I tend to do the afternoon ones because I do want to hit up midweek Magic. But in this case, of course, since we are up a little earlier, because again, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to take care of a bunch of other grown-up things later today. I figured I'd have a little bit of time in the morning to then throw up a stream and just have a little fun with all y'all. So without further ado, we're just going to play some, of course, ranked with the deck in Historic. And from there, I mean, win or lose, I really don't care too much about my rank, but we're going to have some fun. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so with that, again, we're just going to see how many times we can try to combo off with the deck. Even if we don't combo, hopefully at least we can get some wins with the deck. I've tested it back and forth a little bit here and there, and it's been so far a pretty fun little deck. But again, it does have its weaknesses that we'll address as the stream goes on. Okay. Also, I do want to remind everyone that, again, my streams are not as long as most of the other typical streamers out there, again, just because I got a bunch of other things to do. So I only just stream in my part-time. But whether you're watching this right now live or if you're watching the replay, I do appreciate all of you who are supporting me. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and let's look at what we got. So we got our Galvanic Discharge here. We got Steamkin. We got the Unstable Amulet, which is pretty awesome. We got our combo pieces all set to go. It is a little bit of a slow hand, though, but I think we can definitely get there with what we got. So hopefully we can get a couple more lands, and we should be good to go. All right, opponent is playing a Hallowed Fountain, so is it going to be a control deck? I guess we'll find out soon enough. So with that, we will put down the Jagged Barrens, ping our opponent for 1, and it's their turn now. All right, so let's see. What do they got? What do you got, opponent? Oh, wow, they shocked themselves. Interesting. Okay, well, with that, okay, we also have a bit of a slow hand here, so it is a little on the awkward side. But it's okay, everybody. It's okay. Opponent is playing Bant. They revitalize. A little annoying, but that's fine. Let's see, they'll put down another land. All right. Let's see. All right, another Foreboding Ruins. Well. All right. Well, this is really awkward to put those down, but that's okay, everybody. Runaway Steam can come down first. Do you have a counter opponent? Do you have any type of response? I'm sure they do. They have a Revitalize. Okay. We don't worry too much about them gaining life, mostly just because our deck actually does have a lot of combo pieces, so we're actually not too concerned about what they're trying to pull off themselves here. Let's swing. I want to see if they actually have anything. Do they have an answer? I think they do not. That's fine. So now the bigger question is, when do we put down our other pieces? I think that's going to be the tricky part, because our opponent's not playing anything yet. Revitalize. Okay, so based on what our opponent is doing, I'm guessing our opponent might be Primal Amulet. Okay. All right. We're going to try to make things cheaper here. If I was to guess, I think our opponent might either be some kind of stall out with fogs. If I was to guess, they probably have the One Ring or some fog effects, and they're going to try to see if they can pull off some shenanigans with us. So here's how we're going to do this. So we need to get our thing going. So we're going to target Runaway Steam Can. We are obviously not going to hurt it. So pay nothing. We're just trying to charge up our energy. Excuse me again. So with that, put down the mountain. Let's see. And how do we do this here? I think Unstable Amulet. All right. We will then play Burgie. All right. All right. So we're pulling up our pieces, which is great. So with that, Runaway Steamkin. Amped Raptor. Hopefully we can keep this combo going just a little bit more here. More energy. We'll play Amped Raptor here. All right. Okay, you can see right here, the combo is kind of slowly doing its thing, but the only awkward part is we're out of black mana, so we can't have Nixilis come out, which is a little on the awkward side here. But at least you can see right here what we're trying to do. So, with that, okay, so do we activate this now? I mean, we have some extra stuff here, so we'll see. One more red card, okay. Fortunately, it's a land, so I guess we fizzled right now. Down to 21. Does our opponent have a Wrath? That's the only thing that kind of hoses us right now. No surprise. All right. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. We definitely have time. So I'm not too concerned. Nixilis coming down. Do you have an answer, opponent? Oh, they have a reprieve. All right. So they're basically going to be messing with us, and I'm going to be very annoyed here. All right. Pass. Okay. So our opponent's basically just going to try to get a bunch of life and just stall us out, which is, again, not quite what I want to see with this deck. But again, hey, it is what it is. One of the downsides, of course, of playing, of course, a deck like ours is we are, of course, a budget deck. And, of course, playing a budget deck does mean it comes with the restrictions of not having the best mana all the time. And sometimes it doesn't always have us come up with the best strategies because we're a bit limiting. But, again, I wouldn't fret regardless. We're mostly, again, just hoping to have some fun. Worms Chant, okay. Alright, opponent is trying to just stall us out. So with that, swamp down, and alright, well, I guess we pass. Well, this is not going to be very exciting, of course, if our opponent is just going to be stalling us out. I actually don't like decks like this that just kind of dirtle and just wait it out. But unfortunately, that's what our opponent is going to do here. So, while they're doing their thing, how is everyone doing today? How are you all doing? Hopefully, again, wherever you're at today, well, again, as you're watching this either live or if you're watching this on the replay later on, hopefully you're having a wonderful day, whatever you're up to. I'm honestly right now in the process of just trying to build up a couple other things. We'll talk about, again, what we have for the channel coming up in store for you soon. All right, so we'll trigger Unstable Amulet. All right, Honeycomb Anvil is not the worst, so I think that might be good for us. With that, let us play Burgie. We'll play Nixilis. Get some mana. Okay, or maybe not. Our opponent here just doesn't want us to play Magic, unfortunately. They're just going to keep bouncing stuff away. We have a single mana here, so Nixilis. Target him. Pay nothing. I just wanted to do that just to get the energy. So that's mostly what we're trying to do here. Okay, so we have plenty of energy now. We have Onicult Anvil in hand. But again, our awkward part is our opponent here is... excuse me. It seems like our opponent is just going to keep cycling stuff here. Again, I mean, so I know some of you out there probably like decks like this. I don't like this. Like, I don't like fighting dirtily decks because all they just do is, as you can see right here, they're just going to keep looping stuff and cycling stuff and driving me crazy. Okay, so now they're just going to probably pull something out of their sideboard here. I have no idea what it is, but it's mostly going to be some kind of combo piece that'll finish off us. But it's fine. I mean, I am kind of curious to see what they're trying to pull off here. Okay, so they got Villainous Wealth. Interesting. Fae of Wishes coming down. All we just need to do is, again, we just need to get at least a couple of pieces to finally do our thing here. But I don't know if our opponent's just going to let us do it. Worms Chant again. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, yeah. Throat's kind of bad. Okay, that's fine, everybody. Okay, next. Still nothing yet. At least one of the good things also about Unstable Amulet is you don't lose your card in exile, even if you do have it here sitting here, because it doesn't go away until you cast it or you then exile a new card. So that's actually kind of what's kind of neat is your opponent. Okay. Our opponent is going to just exile our... Okay, so I see what their combo is. They're trying to steal our stuff here. Okay. Alright. Oh, this is unfortunate. Not quite what I wanted to see at all. Our opponent right now has got their whole thing going on here. They're literally just casting everything we have. Okay. Even though, again, we still got a ways to go. I don't know if I want to keep this match going because I'm already kind of over it. And I don't think we're going to be able to pull off our combo because our opponent is just not allowing us to do it. But we'll see how it goes. If they fizzle right here, maybe we have a shot. Wow, they're actually out-pinging us. We haven't had a chance to ping a single point this whole game, which is not really quite what I wanted to see. Man. Come on, opponent. Let me have some fun. Okay. I guess I'll just let them do their thing. Will they actually beat us here? Okay. Down to 8. Okay. Well, I think at this point, we're just going to go. Okay. All right. Opponent, of course, just out-comboed us, which is unfortunate. Okay. It's fine, everybody. We're going to move on to the next one. That's okay. We still got plenty of time in the stream. I'm not too worried. We're going to try to have some fun. We're going to see if we can pull off the combo in the next match. So I think the game plan for me right now is I might just try to see if I could do a couple of these in Historic. Oh, man. Oh, hope I'm not sick again. That would be terrible. But in any case, as I was mentioning, so I think we're going to see how well we can pull this off at least a couple times in Historic. Maybe we'll move this to Timeless. We'll just see how well we can pull off our wins today. Hopefully at least a couple. But in any case, so let's try this again, everybody. We have our Unstable Amulets. We have Runaway Steamkin, Vulnerant Epicure, and Mayhem Devil. Okay, and we actually have ways of at least having some untapped lands in the early part of the game. So this should be fine, right? Okay, opponent is playing Spirits. There's like a counterspell again. But that's okay, everybody. We are fine. Foreboding Ruins, showing off the mountain. Put down Vulnerant Epicure. Ping our opponent for 1. Down to 19. Okay, opponent. How many spirits you got? They make them uncounterable, but for us, that doesn't really make a difference. We honestly don't care about that. So, okay, we got another Runaway Steamkin. That's not bad. So with that, put down 1 Steamkin. No attacks. So, I think at this point, we'll just try to combo off Skyclave Apparition. Okay, of course they have that. It's a disgusting little card here. Exiles our Steamkin. So, all right, we're taking our beats pretty bad here, which is not quite what I want to see, but we're going to try. Jagged Barons pings them. We can then light up the stage, but unfortunately we have to put down the Steamkin first. Okay, no attacks yet. So, all right, opponent. Do you have more answers? Do you have more tempo plays? I think that's the question right now. Supreme Phantom. All right. They're definitely pumping up, and they're definitely more aggro than we are. So, with that, I guess we'll just block with Vulnerant Epicure just to slow them down. Wow, we are not doing good this morning at all. We're looking not that good at all. All right, but we're going to try, everybody. We're still going to try. Can't give up just yet. So, with that, we will play... How do we do this here? I think Mayhem Devil. Pump up Steamkin. Maybe. Opponent. All right. It resolves. And then, well, we can't really ping anything down. This is kind of awkward here. Okay. Well, all we can do now is just... Spectral Saint. All right. Nope, that's game. All right. Okay, everybody. I know, we're not looking too good right now, but that's okay. We're going to keep trying. We have to keep trying. Because, again, I do know this deck can get some wins. We will try. We're not going to give up. We got to get at least a couple wins in this morning. I'm feeling it. I do feel the deck can do it. We just need to get just the right matchup just to show you, again, even as a jank pile combo, it actually is pretty awesome when it goes off. So, with that... Got a question for all of you since you're all watching right now. Okay, so Bloomburrow should be debuting next week. What are you all excited about with Bloomburrow? Are you actually hyped for the set? Is there any kinds of decks that you're hoping you can build with some of the creature types that have been somewhat revealed? Let me know, and I would love to hear from all of you. Okay, so with that, play Arena of Glory first. Actually, I realized I probably could have put down the mountain. That's okay. Plains. All right, so I'm not sure what our opponent's trying to do here, but we'll just go with the mountain, and we'll play Runaway Steamkin. All right. Opponents, what do you got? Got plains? What are we playing against? Another plains? Johnny's right. Oh, okay. So I guess they're just going to try to do some life game shenanigans. I mean, well, we're not too concerned about that. Mostly just because we'll start pumping up our stuff in just a second here. All right, pump up our Steamkin. Get some energy. 2. Take out that Primate. We can't afford to have that grow. That's definitely something we can't do. Go swinging. Down to 17. Okay, so if our opponent here is just the typical run-of-the-mill life game deck, we should be good here. Opponent, what do you got? Linden. Okay, so we also cannot allow that to survive either. So, the good news is, Galvanic Discharge is a really awesome removal card for us. So, we can get rid of stuff, get a little energy back. Okay, so with that, I think now we should be good to start doing our thing here. So, with that, Runaway Steamkin, number 2. Pump this up as a 4/4. Go swinging. Okay. It's not the most glamorous, but it is working. So with that, Unstable Amulets. Get some more pump. Get some more energy. And then I guess we'll pass the turn there. Okay. All right. So what do you got, opponent? Phyrexian Vindicator. Okay. So now we can't really swing anymore because this card. Really disgusting little card here. Okay. It's fine, though, everybody, because we do have ways of getting around stuff. So I'm not too concerned. Activate Unstable Amulet. Get something into exile. Okay. Amped Raptor. That's not too shabby here. So with that, play the Amped Raptor. We will pump up our Steamkins. Ping him. We exile. Oh, actually, I forgot. It came from exile, so we can't actually do anything with it. That's okay. Alright, with that, we will then... Wait, oh, hold on. I just realized we still need a black source for the Mayhem Devil, so never mind. Okay, it's okay, everybody. It's my first time. Okay, that's fine. No attacks. We'll pass. Okay. Well, now the good news is we definitely have a lot of mana to work with here. We just need our combo piece here, and we should be good to go. We just need to get to Nixilis, and I think we should be fine. Baneslayer Ranger. Okay. Opponent is going really big with their creatures here. So that's awkward, but it's fine, everybody. It's fine. We can still find a way to get around everything here. So let's see. They have protection from demons and dragons. Ironically, though, they don't have protection from devils, so we actually could ping them if we really, really wanted to. Okay, so a swamp. Not quite what I wanted, but, I mean, I guess we'll just do this here. Okay, how do we do this, actually? Okay. We'll crack. Cast the Mayhem Devil. We have a ton of mana. I'm going to try to exile. We can come on deck. Give us a hit. Only called Anvil. Not quite what we wanted, but that's fine. I guess we can afford another one. Get a bunch of stuff. Ping. Okay, so with that, well, how do we do this? This is the only awkward part. We just don't really have any other options here, so we're just going to have to pass. Come on, deck. Where is Nixilis? We just need him, and we should be fine to just beat our opponent here. Journey to Nowhere. Okay. Well, unfortunately, that means Mayhem Devil's going bye-bye. Okay, it's fine, everybody. I don't know who plays a jank deck like this now. I mean, they're definitely janky like we are, because I don't know too many people that play this combo of cards, but I guess, I don't know, it comes off as like a, I guess it's like a mono-white devotion deck with a bunch of really powerful cards. They didn't really play anything super fancy here. We just aren't hitting too well. We should be fine if we just only had our combo pieces. The Phyrexian Vindicator is the only thing that really kind of hurts us here, but, okay, well, if our opponent's going to swing, they're going to swing, and that does slow us down quite a bit, but that's okay. We have, at best, maybe 2 turns, if we're lucky, depending on what our opponent swings at, though. Come on, opponent. You can make a choice here. Come on, opponent. You have 1 card in hand. We are completely out. Okay, they do swing a Baneslayer Angel. Surprise. Put some counters on there. Come on, deck. Give me a hit. I need something good here. Ooh, there we go. Nixilis is here. That's great. But is it too little too late? So, here's how we try to do this. We need to try, everybody. So we have tons of mana now, which is great. Okay. Can we do this here? That's our question. We will sacrifice the Oni Cult Anvil itself. Okay. We ping. That triggers off Nixilis. Okay, so can we do this here? Crack, crack. Come on, deck. I'm feeling it. Voldrin Epic here. Here we go. There you go, everybody. This is the combo. We finally got it going here. Ping our opponent again. Draw a card. Okay, so, okay. We're a little light here. We're not quite where we're at yet. So, Oni called Anvil again. Ping again. Come on, deck. Wow, we fizzled. No, we fizzled. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, it's not the worst, everybody. It's not the worst. Because we'll still play the mountain. And, wow. All that mana. Just, no attacks. Dang. Okay. We're down, but we're not out, everybody. At least now, Ob Nixilis is big enough where we should be able to block the Bladeslayer Angel for a little bit. Even if they are, however, able to just push through. Okay, we have lifelink. Okay. So, again, we're down, but we're not out yet. We can block the Baneslayer Angel. We cannot block, however, Phyrexian Vindicator. Mostly just because, again, he just really can't take damage. He can only just be destroyed. But that's okay. We can at least hold off at least another turn or two. We just hopefully can get at least a little more energy, or we can play, we can sacrifice another one of our constructs. Hopefully we can get the combo going. But you kind of saw there for a little moment there. The combo can work. It just takes a moment or so. So we just got to believe, everybody. Will our opponent swing? Obviously, I'm sure they're going to have to. Oh, wow, they didn't swing at all. Okay. Well, that helps us out a bit here. So with that, Oni called Anvil. Come on, deck. Let's try this again. I'm feeling it. Ping. Draw. Okay. So, with that, Amped Raptor. Ping. Come on, deck. Okay, Burgie's not bad. So, with that, okay. We'll be able to then... Okay, here's how we do this. Okay. Light up the stage. Pump up. Draw 2. Okay, so at least we get 2 lands out of the way. That's fine. Mountain down. Crack. Crack. Okay. We will then... Unstable Amulet. Exile. Okay, it's another land. Wow, we're not hitting, but that's okay, everybody. We're going to try still. This is an exile, so it does count. Ping. Another Burgie. Not quite what we wanted, but that's okay. So here's how we do this. So, I guess we'll go this way. We'll go the horn side. Ping again. Draw a card. Oh, come on, deck. Come on. Really? Oh, man. Wow, our deck is really trying to push us here. But it's okay. Okay. It's fine, everybody. Okay. We still have a shot here. Burgie again. Ping. We'll just have to keep 1 copy here. Down to 7. Okay. We will keep 1 Burgie. So with that. Crack. Crack. Runaway Steamkin. Oh, we're so close. Come on, deck. Do not fizzle on me now. It's down to 6. Unstable Amulet. Okay, that's a hit. That's a hit. Unstable Amulet. Oh my goodness. Can we do this? Can we do this? Come on, deck. Don't mess with me now. Okay. Get some energy. Okay, so with that, we will then activate again. Oh, my fizzled. No, we fizzled again. Oh, man. Okay. All right. But you saw there, everybody. You can see right there. That was basically what the deck was trying to do here. So, with that. No, let's see. I mean, do we just swing right now? I mean, we still can put... Well, no, they're still going to gain life. Okay. No attacks. And we'll just pass here. Okay. So, we basically just need this turn that's coming up here and not fizzle, and we could still get the win. Soulmender. Even if our opponent tries to swing here, I mean, we have plenty of ways of just holding off another turn. So, I'm just hoping we can just pull this off right here. But yeah, you saw right there, everybody. The Demon Ping does its job. So, I actually really liked how that pulled it off. Although, you kind of saw that right there. The only awkward part about combo decks is just fizzling. Man, we fizzled 2 times here, but some way, somehow, we're still doing okay. Now, Phyrexian Vindicator is literally the only thing that holds us back from winning here, which is really, really awkward. But I don't know if our opponent decided right now, are they going to still try to hang in there? or they're just going to try to just give up. I don't know. Unfortunately, though, that protection from demons prevents our Nixilis from just getting rid of the Baneslayer Angel, which is kind of awkward. But, okay, Amped Raptor. That's fine. So with that, all right, deck, let's do this. Let's finish off our opponent right here and right now. All right, energy. Okay, so here's how we do this. Got a full control. All right. Crack, just in case we need it. Steel Amulet, 4. We got our last Burgie out. That should be it. 3. I think the Galvanic Discharge does it, everybody. Okay, here we go. So there's what we do here. So with that, we will sacrifice one of our constructs. Here we go. Oh my goodness, this is working, everybody. Yes, we got there. We got there. And then I think we'll just, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to be a little terrible about this. Woo! Down to 1. Down to 0. There we go, everybody. Yes, the deck actually pulled it off. Woo! We finally did it, everybody. Oh my goodness. That combo, the combo actually worked. I mean, yes, it took us a janky deck to do it, but you kind of saw right there. Wow. It does do its thing. Just once you start exiling with Unstable Amulet and then snowball with an Nixilis, the deck can do it. Yay! Okay. Even if we lose all the matches for the rest of the day, I'm actually really happy because I got to at least show you on stream. The deck can do it. So there we go, everybody. Not too bad, right? I mean, yes, it's really super janky, but hey, if you're looking for a cheap, fun combo deck, this is definitely the one I would play. And at least, if nothing else, come on, let's be real. The deck at least was a lot better than, oh, I don't know, some of the other Rakdos piles out there. And again, it's a little different than some of the other energy decks out there. So I'm actually really happy with that one. Woo! Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can do that again. Can we do it again? Well, I guess we'll find out right now. So with that, okay, so we have right here our Mountain, Jagged Barrens, Mayhem Devils. It's a little mana intense, but hopefully we might be able to get there. Our Amped Raptor can at least kind of help us do a little ramping. Really, it all depends on, again, what our opponent's trying to do here. Delighted Halfling. Okay. Again, our opponent's going to try to be uncounterable. One of the good things, at least, about our deck is we don't really care about countering their stuff, so I don't really care about these mana dorks. All I'm just trying to do is just combo off. And as you saw, even though our opponent has some good defenses, mostly our deck doesn't really care about what our opponent's trying to do. All we're just trying to do is combo off ASAP, but it is a little tricky to do. Still, feeling pretty good. Okay, Flesh Raker. Okay, so with that, this is an annoying piece I've noticed. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to see if we can try to build up our stuff first. This will make some Eldrazi spawns, but we can't deal with it just yet. I want to see if I can put down our combo pieces before we start doing our thing. Delighted Halfling. All right. It that heralds the end. Okay, so I see what our opponent's trying to do here. Guessing they're trying to get off an Eldrazi ASAP, but we're going to try. They swing. No blocks. How much time do we have? I think that's the question we need to ask ourselves here. So, with that, Amped Raptor. We don't have a land. That was kind of an awkward, unfortunate part now. Get some energy, and we'll spend it. Okay. Well, that does pump up Steamkin, so that's good. We'll ping our opponent for 1. Oh, man, I kind of wish we could actually go off with it right here now, but that's okay. This is fine, everybody. No attacks yet. Can we survive at least one more turn? That's really all we need. That's all we need. Opponent's going to do their thing with Crystal Grotto. I think they're fixing their whole setup here. All right, they did not get the card off the top. Interesting. Okay. Come on, deck. What do you got? Parallel Lives. Okay. They're going to try to just make a ton of tokens if they need to. Whew. Okay, so while our opponent is also trying to think, another question I want to ask some of you out there, again, whether you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay, what are your thoughts also on Duskmourn? We actually saw a little bit more than I was expecting us to see from that set. So with that, is there something that interests you about Duskmourn? Let me know. I'm not really too big on the set so far, but I am at least curious to see what it can do. Alright, so in the meantime, pay 3. Get rid of the Flesh Raker. We will then crack some stuff here. Pump up the Steamkin. Okay, and then from here... Oh, maybe we should have waited a bit. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine, everybody. Swing with 2. Some free damage right here. Maybe. Opponent. They take the hit. Down to 14. Down to 12. Oh, we sequenced that, unfortunately, the incorrect way. What we should have done was, shouldn't have done after combat, then we could have done light up the stage to get a little bit more action going. That's okay, everybody. Hopefully that won't hurt us, right? Right? Okay. Opponent pings themselves. Snapping Void Claw. Okay, yeah, they're definitely ramping into some kind of big Eldrazi. I have no idea what it is, but again, I probably should be hitting them ASAP before it's too late. So, any case, with that, Galvanic Discharge. Okay. Pump up the Steamkin. Alright. 2. Take out the Eldrazi. Okay, so how do we do this here? I think this is the only tricky part here, but we're going to try. Big swing. Does our opponent have an answer? Will they allow me to put some damage forward? Okay, they actually are blocking. That is risky, opponent. You do know that we have a Mayhem Devil out. Come on, opponent. Oh, man. Oh, if they could sacrifice that Eldrazi spawn, that would be hilarious. But otherwise, it doesn't look like they will. So, with that... okay, here's how we do this. Just do the damage. Down to 8. So, with that, light up the stage. Pump up the Steamkin. Okay, so at least we did get at least another land, so that's great. So, with that, we will then Burgy. Put down the mountain. We will then... Okay, how do we do this here? So I think I should probably destroy that. So, sacrifice. We'll throw away a Mayhem Devil. Triggering off the Mayhem Devil here. Snapping Void Claws going bye-bye. Alright, draw a card. Oh, okay, well, I guess our opponent had enough. We got enough of their little mana dorks to do our thing. Yay! Again, not the most exciting, but as you can see, we at least prevented them from doing their thing, so I'll take that win. And we're ranking up, so yay, that was pretty nice. Super nothing crazy there. Hopefully, again, maybe we'll get the combo in the next game. Also, we're getting our dailies done, which is nice. But otherwise, let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so, as you can see right here in the historic format, we're not running into too many of the alchemy cards or anything like that, but how do you feel about the deck overall, everybody? We're about 45 minutes into the stream right now. We're approaching the halfway point. For those that actually are unaware, I only stream like about, at best, maybe 2-ish hours. It's not that I don't want to stream more, but again, hey, this is only something I do part-time. And same thing with my YouTube channel. So if you're interested, of course, in catching any of my additional stuff and you want to see, maybe you are interested in supporting us, if you are looking for the best and hottest budget deck techs, be sure to check me out, of course, on YouTube, for those of you maybe who are newer to the channel. But in any case, before I just ramble on and try to shill myself, let's go ahead, let's jump back into this match. So we have 2 Amped Raptors, which is great for a little bit of ramping. Folder and Epic here, we have a Galvanic Discharge for some energy, and a Burgy. We don't have our actual game-winning pieces here, but I'm actually pretty hyped with what we got. This should be fine, right? Am I right? Okay. Show off the mountain. Put down Volder and Epic here. Ping him for 1. We'll make a blood token, and we pass. Okay. So, Broker's Hideout. Right? Opponent is also going to try to do its little mana fixing. That's cool. Mountain and Amped Raptor. Get some more energy. Oh, man. Dang. We lose an Nixilis. That's okay. That's okay, everybody. We're going to hopefully maybe pull it off here. Ruin Trap. Okay. Our opponent is a mill deck. Simic Mill. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, that's a choice. Virtue of Strength. Right? Okay. So our opponent is going to try to do some shenanigans here. But, oh, man. I kind of wish we could put that in that Mayhem Devil. That actually would have helped us out a lot. But we can't afford to have that Ruin Crab survive, so we're definitely going to have to ping him out now. So, 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye, Crab. No, no, no. No milling us today. Okay. So with that, some damage here, down to 16. Phew. Okay, assuming they don't have another crab, at the very least now we can buy ourselves some time. Our opponent starts milling us out. We don't really have an answer to mill, which is, as always, kind of awkward when you fight against mill in best of one. Never really expect it. Aftermath Analyst. Okay. They will mill themselves. Okay. Oh, they do have a 1 ring, so that might be annoying, but that's okay. It's fine, everyone. Alright, so with that, we got our mountain, which is great. We'll put down Mayhem Devil. So if they start sacking any shenanigans here, we can start dealing with that. We can then punish them for that. Next should be Burgee, or maybe Oni Cold Anvil. So they do sack, so at least we can ping them. Free hit. Broker's Hideout. Free hit. Thanks, opponent. I appreciate the free damage. Okay. So they will most likely get... There we go. Another island. Okay. So we got an unstable amulet. Okay. Well, that's totally fine with us. Burgee. At least we'll now be able to start doing our anthem effects. Down to 14. 13. 10. Okay. If I'm guessing, our opponent's probably got the 1 ring somewhere in their hand. Virtuous String. Okay. Not yet, apparently. Interesting. Let's see. How much is this? Okay. Triples the mana. That's a lot of mana to deal with. Okay. We have to beat them basically here, so that's all we can do at this point. So unstable... Actually, do we do unstable amulet? Okay, no. Hold on. Oni Cold Anvil. Burgee. Should be pumping. And then... How do we do this here? So... Amped Raptor, I think? Is that the right one here? I think that's the right hit. We make a mana. Exile. Okay. Another unstable amulet's not bad. Make another mana. Get some energy. Okay, how do we do this here? So with that, we will sacrifice what Oni Cold Anvil. Do some pinging. Can we get there with this? Does our opponent have a fog? That's probably the only thing that stops us. So with that, okay. So I think unstable amulet. Make another mana. Get some energy. We will then pay the 2. It's a land. Not quite what we wanted, but that's fine. Activate one more time. Come on, deck. Jagged Barrens. Okay, that probably would have been better for us, but that's okay. So we swing here. Do you have a fog, opponent? That's really the only thing that's... Of course they have a fog. Of course they have a fog. No damage. It's fine. But keep in mind, the thing about at least the fog effects are it prevents combat. Wait, yeah, it prevents combat damage. So we can still ping them down. So that's actually the good news about our deck is we can still ping our opponent down. So opponent can't get too cheeky here. We do have ways of at least slowing them down. So opponent best be careful here. Unless they got a 1 ring, we can definitely at least push through some damage over the next turn or two. Regrowth. Okay, so they got their 1 ring. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, everybody. We can still at least pull off our combo. Explore. So I'm guessing our opponent now is going to try to stall out ASAP just to then buy themselves time. But remember, it only works, of course, if the 1 ring can at least... They can chain more 1 rings together. Okay, they got Nissa also. Man, our opponent's got all the mana and ramp in the world right now. Absolutely disgusting. I hate Simic. I'm not honestly a fan of Simic. I mean, I could play Simic decks. I mean, we've done some Simic decks on stream, but I hate Simic. They just always doing what they are doing, and it's not fun for me. So with that, Jagged Barrens. All right. So how do we get out of this? We can't really defeat... We can't hurt them for a turn, but at the very least, we can just... Out of spite, we can kind of just take out Nissa here. Because she's absolutely disgusting and she can't live. Nope. Our opponent did realize that they had no way to protect Nissa, so I don't know why they played her, but okay. I'll take it. I ain't gonna be mad about that. Also, the good news is, I mean, our opponent has to pay for the 1 ring, so it's not free. I mean, granted, yes, they already have all the mana in the world, but down to 6. All right, opponent. Gonna keep drawing cards. Do you have an answer, opponent? You got 4 cards now in hand. Did they get another 1 ring? I swear if they got another 1 ring, I'm going to throw up. Come on. What do you got, opponent? Virtuous Strength. Okay. Our opponent is really committed to the crab plan here. But the good news is we still have ways of dealing with the crab, so I'm not too concerned about that. So with that, Burgie. We don't need, of course, the mana, granted. We have plenty of mana all of our own. So with that, back down to 2. Aftermath Analyst. They can sack it if they want to. That's fine. Because what they're going to do is... Okay, Virtuous Strength. Wow. Opponent's got like 100 mana right now. But unless if they have an answer right now, we probably still could do some damage regardless. So how do we do this here? How do we do this? We just need something to hit. So Unstable Amulet. Come on, deck. Give me a hit. Amp Raptor. Okay. Not quite what I wanted, but that's fine. I'll take it. Burgie triggers off again. Ping. Down to 5. Down to 4. Amped Raptor. Get some energy. We will then activate again. Come on, deck. Mayhem Devil. Does that do it? Does that do it? Okay. Arena of Glory. Did we get there? Did we beat them? 2. Okay. Okay. This is it, everybody. Yes, we got him. Oni called Anvil. Yeah! We got him. Yes. Haze of Pollen does not stop ping damage. So, yeah. We got him. And we ranked up a little bit. Hopefully, maybe we'll get the Platinum today. We'll see. We can totally get rid of the disgusting rank of Gold. So just to get the Platinum. But all right. Yeah, we got him. Victory, everybody. Whew. I was really hoping they were just going to start looping stuff and we were just going to just pull out our hair. But we got there, that win. I'll take it. Cool. All right, let's go ahead. Let's continue. I think my plan is maybe for the last part, I might just jump in the Timeless. But we did, of course, y'all did vote on wanting to play this in Historic. So that's what, again, we're doing today. I will, of course, mention that at least near the end of the video, if you want to then take this into Timeless, what you can use in there, if you do want to take advantage of maybe some of the stuff that Timeless may have. But that's mostly going to be for the upgrade section. We are, of course, nearing the halfway point of the stream. So with that, I do want to mention a couple other things, as always, is if you are, of course, interested in checking out more of the content, please be sure to check me out, of course, on YouTube. That's mostly where everything goes. After this stream, of course, the replay will be available immediately up on YouTube, so don't be afraid to check me out there. Leave a shout out there. We are, of course, going to talk about, at the end of the stream, just again, how the deck did overall. And again, we'll talk about upgrades. If you're interested, of course, upgrading it, we'll talk about, of course, what kind of content we're looking at towards the future. So all of you, of course, have a little bit more to go over. Okay, we can't really play anything in this hand. This is a little awkward here. That's fine. Okay. So, okay, this is actually decent. We'll keep this. So with that, we will put back Folger and Epicure. Okay. So otherwise, yes, as I was mentioning, if you are interested in checking out more of what we're doing, be sure to, again, just enjoy the content on all of YouTube. Well, of course, we do like to chat and make spicy stuff if you want to hear me up on X, or I guess Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I'm still going to keep that blue bird down there for a little bit longer, but I'll probably put up that little X in a bit. Okay, our opponent's going to try to mill us out here. Absolutely disgusting, but that's fine. That's fine. It's not the worst. Ooh, we really could have used that Ob Nixilis. That's okay. Wait, hold on. Wait, we just got another one here. That's fine. We still got one. Okay, so with that, we will play Runaway Steamkin. And we will ping our opponent down to 18. Okay, they will mill. Yep, they're definitely a mill deck, so that's going to be really annoying for us, but that's okay, everybody. Even if we lose, I'm not too concerned. We're going to try to at least outdo the mill deck. But again, as I was mentioning, if you do want to check out more of the fun stuff I do, I mostly focus on, again, just Magic the Gathering Arena. It's mostly where my stream is. And if you are interested, of course, you can check me out, of course, on YouTube. We're mostly focusing, of course, on the eternal formats for Magic the Gathering Arena, for everything we do. And, of course, our main focus for these decks is to put together the budget decks. So those of you out there who like playing Magic, but you don't want to spend a ton, that's where I come into play. You will then see that we can definitely put together some fun stuff for very little investment. So that's, of course, where we are at. All right, Jagged Barrens, hitting our opponent there. Play Unstable Amulets, pumping up Runaway Steamkin. Get some energy. Go swinging to our opponent. They're down to 14. Okay, opponents. Clock is ticking. So hopefully right here, we're going to see if we can try to go off. They mill us for 4. Okay, that's fine. Win or lose. Again, I'm not too concerned. I know our opponent looks like some removal, which is very annoying for our deck. That's fine. Annoying, but again, it's fine. Alright, Mesmeric Morb doing its thing. They're running out of cards, though, so hopefully we can get there. We're down to half of our deck, so put down a Mountain. Nixilis. Does this actually resolve? Or do they have a counterspell? Do they have a Drown on the lock? They probably do. As of course I figured. That's fine. It's annoying. Still gotta keep pressure on our opponent here, so we'll go down hitting 12. But unfortunately, we're getting close to the end here. Our opponent has us down to 28 cards in hand. They have 2 cards themselves. They're probably gonna then, I don't know, they'll probably get one of their mill spells and just mill us out of more. Glimpse the Unthinkable. Yep. No surprise. But I mean, this is again what you deal with when you come to playing best of one, everybody. Sometimes, again, your deck just isn't set up for their stuff. But that's fine. This is fine. We're just having fun. Alright. They mill more and more stuff. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything. The beatdown plan is a little awkward because we don't have any of our key pieces that just can ignore their whole game plan. Burgie. Unless, again, they have another counterspell. But at this point, they have 1, 2... They only have 2 Drown in the Locks, actually, in the yard. Interesting. Go swinging here. Put them down to 11. We'll pass. Whew, alright. I have no idea what we have left in our deck, but I think after this turn, if we don't get them, we're definitely going to lose. That's okay, everybody. Maddening Cacophony. Alright, did we lose here? We probably did. Okay, so that means 4 cards, and that means we lose. Yep. Everything's gone. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, everybody. I mean, again, mill decks, they're hit and miss. Sometimes, again, you hit well, and sometimes they lose because they can't deal with the beatdown. That's okay. That's okay. We'll try to get them on the next game. All right, let's keep on going. Okay, so... Well, again, another question. I know I asked this earlier, but again, is there anybody that's interested? Like, I know there's been a little bit of light controversy with Duskmourn. I know they just kind of slightly revealed that, where Duskmourn again is going to be more of the modern style of horror. I don't know how I feel about that. Only just because I know that this was coming already a while ago. But the awkward part is, Duskmourn. It's honestly not my jam. I mean, if some of you out there like those horror movies, I'm not really a fan of getting the you-know-what scared out of me. Still, the concept at least is interesting enough for me to consider. I'm sure we'll have some really cool cards, but also, I'm not sure how I feel overall about this as is. Still, I'm sure it'll bring us something good. Okay, our opponent is playing enchantments. They're doing an enchantment deck. Interesting. So with that, show off the 4 Boding Ruins, show off the Swamp. We'll play Oni Cult Anvil. At the very least, we should be able to then slowly do our thing. So, here's how we do this. I think Burgie can come down next turn, and then Mayhem Devil, and then we'll start doing our little shenanigans here. Assuming, of course, we don't get our other key pieces. Okay, Season of Growth. Okay, so our opponent is definitely an Auras deck. That's definitely what they're trying to do. They swing? Maybe? Yes, they do. Okay. Even if they gain some life, which does kind of mess with us a bit, we can still try to take the time to... Okay, so we do have actually some removal here. Swamp. And Burgie. They're going to have to start pumping up with auras, I'm guessing, soon, in order to pull this off. Okay, opponent's thinking right now. Actually, the other big question we probably should be asking ourselves is, how do y'all feel about MTG, the Foundations set coming out? That's basically, let's be real, that's just a core set, everybody. Wizards is bringing back core sets in a really awkward way. I don't know actually why they got rid of core sets. Core sets, for those of you maybe who are a little bit on the younger side, core sets were basically a nice way to kind of do some yearly reprints for cards that maybe don't fit a theme of a certain deck. And they actually were pretty nice because they can be ways of helping get some more cards out into certain formats while we had to deal with certain other kinds of things out there. Okay, my opponent's going to start getting this really big. I don't know if we actually can stop it now, but we will try. Okay, don't block with Burgie. Down to 10. Okay, we literally only have a turn here to do this. Unstable Amulets. Swamp. Mayhem Devil. So we make a mana. Actually, I realize now, maybe it might be too little too late for us here. We will try. I don't know how well we can do this. Okay, so if our opponent has more auras, then we're definitely done. Because the trample effect we cannot push through at all, unfortunately. Down to 26. Maybe we should have gotten rid of it ASAP. But I don't know. Maybe they could have had possibly some protection. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll never know now. Any case. But yeah, going back to the foundation set. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sure we'll have some cards we can use in there for maybe for budget reasons. On the one hand, Foundations is not bad in the sense that it'll put together at least a way so you don't have to reprint in every single set like Duresses and Shocks and like Negates and stuff like that. It'll be in the nice spot for that. Well, they'll all live. But again, keeping it in standard for 5 years, I have no idea if that's actually going to help at all solve some of the problems for newer players out there. We shall see. I will, of course, make a video in the future about Foundations once we get more information about it. Candle Trap. Okay, so with that, they draw a card. Okay, so how do we do this here? Okay, I think I'm going to try to at least kind of bluff our opponent here a little bit here. So here's how we do this. So what we're trying to do basically here is put a little damage on top of the Naturalist to kind of put them in an awkward spot where they kind of have to protect it. Oh, so they did have protection. Okay. Well, I think that might be it for us. We don't have a way of really stopping it here. Okay, so we can block for a turn, but it's not really going to help us at all. Just 1 point of damage. So we go down to 1. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to win this one, everybody. Okay. Unstable Amulets coming down. Burgie can still do its thing, which is nice, but it's too little too late, unfortunately. We can exile. We get a land, which doesn't help us at all. We can sacrifice here. Yeah. I mean, at this point, everybody, I'm kind of just spinning my wheels, because there's not really anything we can do to help us out here. We will then throw away the Jagged Barons. Yep. Ping them down. Down to 6. And that's game, everybody. Alright, well, that was unfortunate, but that's okay. We'll just keep going. We're still at gold tier 2. But hopefully maybe we can get a win or so in the next match or so. Otherwise, we'll just keep going here. And keep having some fun. Hopefully, again, you're all having fun watching me try to make this really, really jank pile here work. It is, again, something that I've been wanting to do. I'm actually really happy with how, so far, the deck kind of feels. But there's definitely room for improvement. And we'll talk about that, of course, near the end of the stream itself. Otherwise, let's see now. So we do have here our Amped Raptor, Runaway Steamkin. We got all of our key pieces. We're just maybe missing maybe one piece to start triggering off the pings, but we can still try to get there with what we got. Okay, opponent's got Blood Crypt. So with that, we don't have a turn 1 play, so that's fine. Jagged Barons can then come down. And then we'll put down a mountain. We'll see what our opponent's trying to do here. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Okay. Interesting. Interesting choice, opponent. So with that, I think we'll play Amped Raptor instead. Okay, we got another Amped Raptor, which is fine. Get some more energy. Okay, not too bad, right? Right. Runaway Steamkin or Mayhem Devil. Which should we get for the next turn? What will be better here? I feel like Jagged Barons is tempting to put down now. Okay, Blood Artist. So, okay, now that they have Blood Artist, I think we're definitely going to have to put down Mayhem Devil. Because I'm assuming our opponent here is going to start doing their thing. Mayhem Devil. Do some swinging to do some damage. Because they're obviously not going to block. There's no way they're going to block. Down to 15. If they do any kind of sacrificing, Mayhem Devil does punish them. Oh, they got shielded. Disgusting. It's okay, everybody. The good news also is with Nixilis, he doesn't draw cards. He does exile. So that kind of plays around the actual Shieldred. But will it be enough? That's the question. Okay, we got a Foreboding Ruins. Put that down. Reveal the mountain. Nixilis coming down. So our opponent in one of those 3 cards, if they don't have removal, we can hopefully get to where we want to be at. We'll see. Honestly, can probably open hard. No attacks, of course. They gain 2 life. So we got to find a way to either deal with Shieldred, or we need to start pinging our opponent ASAP. Still got 3 cards in hand, opponents. Do they have another answer? I'm guessing those are going to swing with Shieldred. Maybe. They could be frisky enough to do that. Okay. Well, since they didn't, Steamkin. If they don't have anything yet, we're going to still see if we can try to pull off our stuff here. Pump up Steamkin. Oni-Killed Anvil can trigger off of itself if we absolutely have to. But here's basically what I'm trying to do, everyone. Here is my strategy. We will swing with Nixilis. We have a Jagged Baron, so hopefully, this will then begin triggering our shenanigans next turn. We just need to survive 1 turn. Just one. Just one. Okay. But it will gain some life, of course. Go up, back up to 15. We're currently at 16 life, so it's still anybody's match. But if they have removal, then that's when we're in a bad spot. Cauldron Familiar. That actually may hurt our opponent more than it helps them. Whew, okay. So 2 cards in hand. Do they have a way to get around us? Are they going to do it? Are they actually going to sacrifice here? That's pretty risky, opponent. That is very risky. Wow, they actually did it. Okay. So we get 2 pings. So 1 ping here. 1 ping there. So pump up Nixilis. Pump up Nixilis again. Okay, we got an Amped Raptor out of that, which is not too bad. What do we sacrifice? Well, it's going to be an Amped Raptor itself. And we'll ping again. They have a lot of mana, but we need to see if we can start drawing into stuff here. Okay, so... Oh, okay. Yes, we got him! Ah, we can get rid of Shieldred here. Yes. That extra energy. Oh my goodness, we actually got around the Shieldred. Oh my goodness. So, pay 5, of course. Bye-bye, Shieldred. Woo! Okay, now we're in a good spot. We're now in a much better spot. Wow, Galvanic Discharge. Never underestimate these energy cards. They are super nice here. Wow, our opponent kind of put themselves in an awkward spot, I guess. So, do you have another answer, opponent? Do you have a way of dealing with any of our stuff? I could call the Death Dweller. A little scary. That's fine. We honestly don't really care too much about that. We can still do our thing. Sure, they can gain a little bit of life back, but again, we don't really care. Sure, opponent, put down another kitty cat. Okay. All right, so here's how we do this, everybody. Okay, so I think this is the turn, everybody. We can pull off the combo again. Jagged Barons. Ping our opponent. Exile another card. Ooh, okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, so with that, we'll play Light Up the Stage. All right, here we go, everybody. Now we're doing our thing. So pull that off here. Runaway Steamkin. Again. We'll play Amped Raptor. Do some more pumping. Also, what's nice at least about this format is these creatures cannot block because of the nerf they were given in Historic. So that actually works out in our favor perfectly here. So with that, Boulder and Epicure. Pump up Steamkins again. We ping our opponent. The combo keeps going, everybody. All right, so with that, okay, how do we do this here? So I think Trigger that. And then we will sacrifice the blood token. That does trigger again. So there we go. Keep the combo going. 16. Oh my goodness, we actually are pulling it off. Wow. Okay, so with this. Yes, it's going. We're still doing it, everybody. Woo! Okay. So here we go. Unstable amulet. We're still doing our thing, everybody. Get some energy. Okay. Can we do it? Exile. Oh, man. Okay, so we got a land there. That's not what we wanted, but that's okay. So with that, I think at this point, sacrifice the blood token. Ping again. Okay. Down to 14. Another land. Amped Raptor. That's fine. That's a good hit, too. Keep the combo going, everybody. Here we go. Keeping the combo going. Exile. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so here's how we do this. There we go. Okay, everybody. That's it. We won. We got there. Yes, we got there. The combo worked. Woo! All right. Yeah. There we go, everybody. You see it once again. That combo pulling itself off. Oh, man. I love this deck. Even on a budget. Woo! I am having a lot of fun with this one. Yes. Woo! Woo! Okay. Whew, okay. We're looking really good right here. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's keep going. And with that, we'll then hopefully, we'll see if we can get a couple more matches in here right now. Yes, we still got about maybe, I'm going to say right now, 45 minutes left in the stream. For those of you that are kind of curious about how much time we're running right now. But we're doing pretty well right now. I'm actually really happy and satisfied with the deck overall. But we still got a little ways to go. We're going to see how we get. I guess I really should have probably kept a record of how many wins and losses we've gotten. Maybe that probably would have helped. I usually don't keep too much of a record because it's not usually something I care too much about. I'm usually just trying to have a lot of fun here. So with that, we'll put back the Jagged Barrens. Hopefully we'll get another land anyway. But otherwise, show off the Foreboding Ruin. Voldrin Epicure. Ping our opponent. All right. And they did the thing. Okay. So, our opponent is Swamp. Are we going to get Thoughtseize, Duress, Removal, Thoughtseize? Actually, it's this disgusting, of course, but that's okay. That's actually our first one we've had to deal with today, so that's not too bad. Okay, so we have to unfortunately have to show the Foreboding Ruins. That means our opponent still knows what we have in hand, but that's okay. Hit them down to 16. Light up the stage. 2 more cards. Okay, well that's not too bad. An Amped Raptor is nice. Okay, do we use the Galvanic Discharge now to hopefully hit something better with Amped Raptor? I think so. Targeting our Voldrin Epicure. Pay nothing. Just get the energy. All right. Okay, well, we got another one. That's actually not too bad. Okay, so with that, Mountain. Amped Raptor. Get some more energy. Go ahead and hit our opponent. And pass. Okay, what exactly are you playing, opponent? You got 2 lands, but you're not really doing anything. Are you starving on mana here? Okay. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Okay. Are they a discard deck? Okay, so they are. Interesting. Interesting opponent. Okay. So they will make us discard a card. So it'll throw away the Swamp. Not what we wanted to do, but that's fine. This is fine, everyone. So with that, how do we get around their stuff? We can obviously take out their Davriel. That's not a problem. But what else do they have in hand? Galvanic Discharge, I feel like I might as well just use that because if they're going to start making us discard more. Surgical Extraction, okay. That's a choice, opponent. That's fine. That does hurt him quite a bit, though. So unfortunately, that means a combo piece is getting sniped out of our deck, which is disgusting. That's fine. So with that, Galvanic Discharge. Pay 2. Gabriel goes bye-bye.
Time to run.
Okay, so we're down, but we're not out. Down to 10. Light up the stage. At the very least, okay. Well, that's not too bad, right? Only killed Anvil. That's the turn. Okay, so at least we have now a way of kind of just slowly whittling away our opponent here, which is great. Okay, so they wrathed us. Wait, hold on one second. Wait, hold on. So how do we do this? Okay, so we will ping our opponent here. So we put out at least one little construct, which is kind of cute. We unfortunately lose Nixilis, which is sad, but that's okay. We still have a way of getting around stuff here. Okay, Rankle. Okay, we can deal with Rankle. That's not a problem for us. Rankle doing its thing. Or not. Down, okay. Not too shabby. Okay. Volder and Epicure again. Ping. We make another blood token. We'll pass here. It is tempting for me to make another creature, but I'm expecting a Wrath in one of those two cards. So that's why we're going to hold off for just a second here. Liliana. That's actually not too shabby against us. We have an extra creature, so that's not bad. So with that, we will sacrifice Epicure.
Sacrifices must be made.
This is fine. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Are they going to try to do a little filtering? Nope. Okay. That's fine. Okay, Arena of Glory. I mean, that's okay too. Okay, so we will sack here. Ping our opponent. Okay. Okay, so they are doing a little card draw. Oh, man, we could have had that Unstable Amulet. Dang. That's okay. Let's at least take out Liliana. So she's gone. Okay. So with that... This might be helpful later. Oni Cult Anvil again. Well, it would have been nice to have an extra one, but that's okay. We could still get through what we got. Opponent's got one card in hand. Okay, we got a Jagged Barrens. So we're going to hold on to the Jagged Barrens. We have enough mana to cast what we need. Can we get through our opponent here with some cute little constructs? I guess we'll see right here. All right, opponent. Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking. Down to 3. They have one turn to turn it around. But even if they have something to shield it, it's not going to end well for them. One card in hand, opponent. You got a Faceless Havens, I've noticed. Okay, so Jagged Baron's throwing away. It's okay. We still have one more. So I think we can get them here on the next turn, regardless of whatever they do. So here's how we do this. So with that, we will swing. Even if they block right here with a Faceless Haven, that doesn't matter. So with that. All right, opponent. Unless you got removal, this is game ending for you. Oni Cult Anvil. Sacrifice. Come on. 1. And then with that... the Jagged Barrens, of all things, to get us a win. Wow. Okay. Janky win, but hey, it is a win, and I will definitely take that. So, yeah. All right. We're still ranking up. We're trying to find our way to get out of gold, just to at least get the platinum. That's what we're hoping to do today. But even if we don't, I'm still really happy with how the deck has turned out. So, this has actually been a lot of fun for me. Hopefully, again, also y'all are having fun, whether, again, you're watching on the stream live right now or you're watching the replay. Either way, just keep in mind, again, if you do want to catch the replays, you also don't have to be on YouTube. This is going to be up, of course, on the... I usually pin these streams on Twitter /X, and of course, Twitch, of course, will have their copies. If you follow me on Instagram, it's mostly just me promoting all of the deck techs that we do anyway, so if you do forget them, they are going to be there. I used to actually do Card of the Day there, but I kind of got a little tired of that because it wasn't really going anywhere with anything. And it kind of really didn't have anything to do too much with my content, so that's kind of why I stopped it. But otherwise, going back to here, so with that, we got a Mountain, Foreboding Ruins, got some Mayhem Devils, that's kind of cute, and then some removal. All right, okay. Nothing really in the early game, but our opponent's also playing a Temple, so that helps us out a bit. I have no idea what our opponent's trying to play, though, but we'll see. Got another Galvanic Discharge. Show off the Mountain, and we pass. At the very least, we have removal, so that's fine. So we could definitely slow down our opponent for a bit. All right. They got another tap land. Okay, our opponent's also kind of slow too, but that's cool. I'm okay with that. That buys us time too. Guide of Souls. Ooh, okay. We can't allow that to live, so that has to be shot on sight. Wow, I think our opponent is playing the Boros energy deck. I know a lot of people don't like seeing this deck. I don't mind it myself, but I do know that a lot of people have been dealing with it, and I hear it's a pretty dirty deck to deal with. But we do have at least removal, so that is good for us. So we do have ways of dealing with these cards. Hex Gold. Slith. Okay, so with that, take it out. Let's pay the 1. Out of the way. They will get energy, of course, so that will help them out eventually. But, oh wow, we literally have, we have all 4 copies here. Wow, okay. We're still a little awkward running because we don't have another land. So we can't really do anything until we get another land. But, at the very least, we do have removal, so we do have time. Ocelot Pride. Okay, that's also another shoot on side card. Come on. Okay. Phew. Whew, I guess having all this removal is helping, so that is nice. Galvanic Discharge number 3. Our opponent's probably going like, how are they having this many copies of Galvanic Discharge all at once? Ping our opponent. Awkward because it's tapped. That's okay. So we can at least hit light at the stage. Okay, come on, deck. Give me at least a land drop. Okay. Oh, 2 lands. Okay, that's fine. We will lose a land out of that, but that's okay. At the very least now, we have what we need. Okay, Ocelot Pride number 2. Same thing. We just can't allow these to live. So, at the very least, getting rid of them now is nice. Pay 1. We have a lot of energy, though, so hopefully we'll get an amulet, and then we can definitely start doing our thing. Inventor's Axe. Okay, it will get energy from that, too. Foreboding Ruins. Okay, with that, finally, we'll have Burgee coming out. We'll lose a mountain here, but that's not a big deal. Okay, do you have an answer? Wow, they actually have their own Galvanic Discharge. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. I mean, we kind of got rid of a lot of their creatures in the early games, so it's now going to be, I guess, a battle of attrition. Guide of Souls. Okay. Foreboding Ruins at least can be revealed here, so with that, Mayhem Devil. Do you have more answers in hand, opponent? Do you also have a bunch of Galvanic Discharge? I guess we'll find out here. Yep. They do. Alright, well, it's been basically a battle of just destroying creatures until somebody can resolve a spell. But we did weaken our opponent a lot. But is it going to be enough? That is the question. Maybe we should put into the main deck at least a couple of hard removal. I don't know. Something to consider in the future. I actually have not dealt with this deck so far yet. So, we're going to see right now how well our deck does against one of the most powerful decks right now in Historic. But so far, we've been able to at least deal with some of their stuff, but we can't deal with everything. Mostly because our deck is, again, focused on the combo. So unfortunately, here come the tokens. So, can we survive the tokens, though? That is the question. We have a ton of energy, but we just don't have an option to use any of it. Our opponent at this point can basically just start swinging. Interesting. They are swinging with the Ocelot Pride. Okay, so they got it pumped up. We're down to 11. Okay. We're not looking too good right here. Ocelot Pride, oh, good lord. Alright. I don't think we're going to live much longer here, everybody. They're going wider. They do have more options against us than we have. I would like to utilize Ocelot Pride. I actually have a deck that actually utilizes the card, but that deck, I actually don't have all the wild cards. That's actually one of the most awkward parts about being a creator, is not being able to afford what you need to then show people how you can build decks with a budget. So that's a little awkward. All right, so I don't know if we're going to survive any more turns, but we're going to try. Okay, at this point, I think we've lost. Oh boy. Oh, there goes our other blocker. Opponent's going to swing here. Guide of Souls doing its thing. They pump up their Ocelot Pride, of course. Yep. We can block a token, but that's not enough. It's fine, everyone. It's fine. I'm not mad. It's okay. It is what it is, everybody. Hey, we're still having fun. We're having a lot of fun still. I'm still enjoying the deck for what it is. And I hope, again, for those of you that are watching, hopefully, again, you're also enjoying it too. definitely, even if we're not quite at the end of the stream yet, but let me know your thoughts below. What do you think so far of the deck? Are you liking it? Should we play something else? Should we play in Timeless? I might be tempted to play Timeless for the remaining 30 minutes, but we'll see. Let's maybe give it another match or two to see how we feel, and maybe we'll throw it into Timeless for maybe like a hot minute. Does that sound good? I think we can do that. Even if we do end up losing all of our rank, again, I'm not too freaked out about rank. Only just because ranked here in Arena is not quite as good as some of the other games I've played. Okay, so we have an unstable amulet. We do have our anthem effects. I'm sorry, not anthem effects. We do have our ritual effects with runaway steamkins. We have a mayhem devil that we can eventually get to once we get black mana. And a galvanic discharge is nice here for some removal. But is that going to be enough against our opponent? We'll see. All right, with that, we will play the mountain and pass. Okay, so is there any other future sets that you want to see from Wizards coming up? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from y'all about what are you interested in seeing from Wizards soon. I know they haven't officially named the sets yet, but we do know that we are getting in the future. We're going back to card decks. Planes like Lorwyn. We're going to have a space set coming up. I have no idea how that space set's going to go. I'm cautiously optimistic about a space set, but I know some people are going to have their comments and concerns about that. We shall see how that goes. Ping our opponent, and how do we do this here? I don't want to put down the extra Steam King because I'm curious if they have other options, but let's see. I guess we'll put down the unstable amulet. That's probably the safest option. Get some energy. Go swinging. They're down to 17. Okay, so they're playing blue, white, black. What could that mean? That could mean a lot of things. Most likely it's going to be some kind of control build, which is, of course, disgusting for us because we're a fair type of deck. We are playing it fair and square with our good, honest combo deck. That's us. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Combat research. All right. Well, they're playing an Auras deck. I don't know if we can answer this, but we will try. If we can at least get around... Oh, actually, we probably could get around this. It only has Ward 1. That's actually not bad. We can deal with that, right? Okay, so with that, we'll activate Unstable Amulet now. Amped Raptor, that's fine. Okay, so we do have Nixilis, which is nice. So here's how we do this. Okay, Runaway Steamkin. Pump up our main Steamkin. They will most likely not block, obviously. Down to 14. So, here's how we do this. So with that, targeting here, pay the mana. We get all the... Oh, did I just mess that up? I messed that up. I totally messed that up. Oh my goodness. Wow, I am stupid. I thought that was going to be able to trigger off first, and then we'd be able to remove it. Okay, well, I feel really dumb right now. Okay. That's okay, everybody. That's okay. We can still get around this. Amped Raptor. All right. Wow, I feel... Well, that's my punt of the stream. I always feel like I punt in every single match, at least once. But that's fine, everybody. This is fine. Don't get mad at me in the comments. Please don't. Down to 12. Okay. Pass here. Wow, I can't believe I did that. I feel really, really dumb right now. Okay. Moving on. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. We're going to pretend our opponent... They have pretty much all the revival in the world right now. But we still also have Nixilis coming up. So if we can at least get just one ping, we should be good. Just one. Opponent's going to swing here. I mean, they're going to have to obviously swing. Oh, actually, wait. They don't have first strike. Never mind. They're probably not going to swing then. They most likely won't. But wow, I can't believe I did that to myself. How could I have done that to myself? Okay. Okay, so with that, no attacks yet. It's tempting to attack into Runaway Steamkin, but with our 4/4s, but I'm anticipating they might still have a flash style of effect, so we're going to hold off. Although it is tempting to then trigger off all of that delicious mana they have. Once they have a flying ability, then we are done. That's mostly what I'm scared of right now. Once they have a flying aura, we are done. Okay, so unfortunately, they are going to swing here. Big one. Big swing. Block with the Voltron Epicure. They go back up to 23. Okay. Alright, so... Wow, we just cannot get to Ob Nixilis here. Wait, hold on. Wait, I'm being dumb again. Wait, never mind. Forget what I said. Okay, so... Crack. Ob Nixilis. We go right here. But can we go off right here? That's actually our big question. So, let's see. Let us... Amped Raptor. Come on, deck. Give me a good hit. Okay, well, that's not the worst. We can still keep our combo going here. Ping our opponent. Pump. We did get the extra mana we needed, so that's nice, but... Ping. I'll mix this grows. Okay, so... Do we do this now? I think we do. Okay. Crack. Unstable Amulets. Trigger. Okay, we unfortunately fizzled there. Well, that's awkward. Throw away the Mayhem Devil. One more shot at a pinging here, everybody. Okay. Runaway Steamkin. Well, that's fine. I'll take that. That's better than nothing. Okay, so we can't really do anything else, so we're going to stop here. Okay, so we did fizzle a little bit, which is awkward, unfortunately, but at least we have now Ob Nixilis kind of pumped, sort of. It kind of puts a little pressure on our opponent here because they can't really just start doing their thing. But they're definitely going to have to start drawing cards ASAP. Arcane Flight. Okay, now we're in trouble. Maybe our deck should have an Edict effect in the sideboard. Something to consider. I don't know. There definitely are ways that you can maybe like look and reevaluate this deck depending on what your opponent is playing. But it's something, again, I'll have to kind of look at again in a bit. Opponent is swinging. So we can only take one hit here. So we go down to 5. Ouch. The only reason I took the hit is because we need to keep Ob Nixilis alive just a little bit longer. We're hoping that maybe we can still combo off. Burgie. Okay. Well, that's not quite what I wanted to see. Not yet. Get some pump here. All right, deck. You have one shot. One shot. Come on. Okay. That's not the worst. We could still combo. Come on, deck. Pump. Ping. It's a land. Ping again. Get it. Another card. Okay. Only called Anvil. Dang. We just can't make that go off. Okay. Well. Unfortunately, we might be done here, which is, dang, our deck once again fizzled. Oh man, we were close to starting to just do our thing, but that's okay. Opponent's got 4 cards in hand. At this point, whatever they play won't really matter that much because we already have Ob Nixilis up, but he's going to get destroyed because we can't really deal with anything yet. Fracture. Come on, opponent, don't do that to me. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. Borrow time. Really? 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 Oh, come on. All right, well, we lost everybody. Man, that stunk. Okay, it's fine. But dang. I don't know if that misplay we did earlier with the Galvanic Discharge cost us the match, but I guess that's something that we'll never really know. I won't think too hard about that one. We're just going to move on. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is maybe we'll play this a little bit in Timeless to see how well it does there. What do you think, everybody? Maybe we should play it in Timeless just a little bit here. And then just have a little fun. So, we'll just play a little bit in this format. We'll play still some ranked and just see how well the deck does. Again, it hasn't done too bad actually for a jank deck. We've actually been able to rank up a little bit, so that's been kind of nice. But again, it's just one of those decks that don't expect it to, you know, be the deck that you're going to use to actually rank up. Obviously, my decks are designed just to get you to have something you can have that's built, that's fun, unique. a little bit off the beaten path, so it is quirky, janky, if you will. But if you manage to rank up with it, that's pretty awesome. But I usually don't have that assumption. I always go into all of these with the assumption that, hey, if I can get at least a couple wins with the deck, I think it's a winner overall. That's honestly how I feel. So with that, okay, so Loris is what our opponent is playing. And also, we have a single mountain, but we also have a way of triggering stuff here. Do we hold the one lander, everybody? Are we that risky today? Maybe. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do it. Please don't yell at me. I'm going to hold the one lander because I'm hoping that this mountain into this Vulgar Epicure will be all we need. Being our opponent. Or at least we draw into another land. We draw into another land, then we are set. Bloodstained Mire. Okay. Fetch lands ahoy. That is, again, in this format. Swamp. Do you have removal or a Thoughtseize? Inquisition of Kozilek. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, too. Okay, so that does mean that at least we can start doing our thing. They're probably going to throw away our Light Up the Stage. That's our most critical card right now. If I was to cripple myself, I would probably throw away the Light Up the Stage to be mana screwed for holding a greedy hand. But our opponent is thinking. Oh, they throw away the Amp Raptor. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine, too. Down to 17. So at least now we get Light Up the Stage. I really thought our opponent would have just done that. Okay, so unfortunately the tap land, but that's okay. At least we got our land drop. That's actually what matters. Alright. They Surveil with Elegant Parlor. What is our opponent? What are they playing? Okay. Oh, okay. So they got a... Are they a humans deck? Is this Mardu humans? I mean, they're also playing Inquisition of Kozilek, so I have no idea what our opponent is also trying to do here. But I mean, hey, it's fine. Unstable Amulet. Get our energy. Jagged Barons. Ping our opponent down to 16. Hit him again. They're going down to 15. Unfortunately, our opponent does know our whole hand, so that's kind of awkward, but that's okay. I just don't know what the heck our opponent is trying to do here. They got Thraben Inspector. They got Inquisitions, but they're playing Mardu. All I just know is our opponent is being really unfair here and just throwing away our cards. No one really likes their cards discarded. Actually, I read an article where Wizards is trying to downplay more of the discard effects because apparently it is a feel bad kind of card. I honestly don't like, of course, my cards getting discarded, but I do feel it is part of the game. So it's not something that I personally would just scream and say they need to get rid of that effect. It's just something that, hey, you know what? We all play with it. It is part of what makes Magic magic. So with that, Mayhem Devil coming down. We will not do anything yet. Thraben Inspector's got that toughness of 2, so that awkwardly prevents us from doing more damage, but that's fine. I just want to know, what exactly is our opponent playing here? They just got a bunch of stuff. Spirit of Companion. What are you playing, opponent? I'm so confused. I guess they're just playing maybe just some kind of like go white strategy here or tokens. I have no idea. Maybe I'm not smart enough to know. Our opponent is playing something galaxy brained. That's all I just know. Okay, draw a card. Okay. Oni called Anvil. That's a good hit. Our opponent down to 12. So with that, we will... Wait, hold on. Here's how we do this. We swing here. What do your block, opponents? They block there. Okay. Down to 11. We will... How do we do this here? I kind of want to sacrifice the blood token, but on the other hand, I'm not sure. Okay. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Get some pings. Down to 10. Down to 9. Our opponent's not going to have a Wrath, obviously. They still got only 2 mana, so they still need something to do. Alright, well that helps us out. Down to 8. Cool. Okay. Come on, opponents. Oh, okay. Well, I guess our opponent just couldn't draw into their option, so yay. I'll take that. Victory. Okay, so we're ranking back up again. That's cool. That's totally cool. Getting a win in Timeless, even if it wasn't the most glamorous win, I'll still take it. All right, so we're still doing our thing, getting some extra stuff here. Okay, so looking at the clock again, just kind of giving y'all a heads up. If you are seeing, again, what we're at right now, I think depending on how long our matches go, I'm probably looking at maybe between 3 and 5 more matches, depending on how long they take. So that's what we're looking at time-wise. Because again, as much as I enjoy doing this, I, of course, have stuff I got to do today. But I still appreciate all the support y'all are giving me by just checking me out. Regardless of whether you want to interact, you're just observing, lurking, if you will, watching the replay, or live. I'm happy with any and all of y'all. I actually want to disclose real quick, we are close to hitting our next milestone, and hopefully that means we'll be able to announce what I want to announce on this weekend. I'm actually really excited for that. So hopefully, if things turn out well, you'll be able to see we're going to be doing something really cool that I know a lot of you have been requesting to us for the longest time. But otherwise, we'll talk more about that again near the end of the stream. So, ping our opponent right now with a Volter and Epic here. We do have our pieces here, which is great. Patchwork automation. Okay. So, our opponent, I guess, is mono blue artifacts. We did play recently our own version of artifacts. If you want to check that out, that's also live right now on YouTube. So, check that out. I highly recommend it. It's a cute little deck. Okay. No attacks yet. So our opponent's probably going to start making this Patchwork automation go big. If they do, I mean, we can have ways of dealing with that for now. Moonsnare prototype. Okay, so yeah, they definitely are going to see if they can go off with their artifacts. They got 2 cards in hand. I'm guessing one of them has to be a Thought Monitor. Forging the Anchor. Okay. So they are going to dig their hand for some artifacts here. So they got the One Ring. Disgusting. It's fine. Get some damage down to 17. Okay, so with that, we will play... How do we do this here? Okay. We can't get rid of that just yet. Actually, wait. Can we? Wait, hold on a second. Can we do this? Okay, so we put down the Mountain. And then Galvanic Discharge hits Patchwork automation. We have to pay 2 to get rid of it, though. So, wait. How do we do this? I think... Play that. We will... Before it gets too big, I guess. Okay. Ward 2. We have to pay. But then we hit them for 3. Okay, so their artifact is gone. Okay. A little expensive to do it, but we got rid of it. So that does slow them down just a smidge. Mishra's Bauble. At least the good news, about fighting this deck is we probably don't have to worry too much about hard removal, aside from maybe a counterspell or 2. So, our opponent is now taking a turn off to get the One Ring out. But, that does help us out. That buys us time too. Okay, Light Up the Stage. Can't do anything about that just yet. So, Swamp. We'll play Unstable Amulet. Alright. Make some energy. Oni Cult Anvil. This also does give us our Steamkin max amount of mana, so we will hold off for a turn. Alright, deck. Show me what you got. Opponent is going to themselves. They're down to 15. Okay. They definitely have a lot of artifacts, though, which is going to be annoying for us, but it's okay. We can get around this. We can get around this, everybody. I believe in us. You just gotta believe. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely the deck that I played. Our last deck tech actually was the Simulacrum Synthesizer deck. I kind of called it Blue Steel because I thought that was a really cool name. Shout out to Zoolander for that one. But otherwise, yeah. This is very similar to the deck that I put together. That deck tech is up already on YouTube. So check that out. See how our version does on a budget versus maybe what our opponent is doing, which is probably the non-budget version. Unfortunately, however, our opponent is going to go off here, which is... Yikes. They're doing a lot better than we did, at least when we did the deck. So, Mishra's Bauble. I'm just going to get a peeky peek at what we're doing. And with that, they draw a card, we draw a card. Amped Raptor. Okay, so how do we do this here? We need a way to get around things. So, trigger Unstable Amulet. Okay, and then Runaway Steamkin. Ping, ping, ping. Come on, deck. We need Nixilis. That's what we need right now. We can get Nixilis. Everything else falls into place. Light up the stage. Oh, alright. So, I think Steamkin, number 2. So we now have plenty of mana. Down to 12. Crack this Steamkin. pump, pump, pump. Ideally, when you play Steamkin, and this is something I probably should have done, is you need to stagger the Steamkin's abilities, so this way you could always have mana as you're casting more things. That's ideally what you want to do. But even so, not doing too shabby here. Down to 10. So how do we do this here? Okay, so I think... Well, I want to get rid of that Thought Monitor, but I don't know if that's actually worth it. Okay, so hold on. Amped Raptor. Come on, deck. Give me a hit. Dang. Okay. Well, that stunk. All right. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. So with that, no swings. So if our opponent starts sacrificing their Mishra's Baubles or anything else, we, of course, at the very least, can then just punish them for that. Hopefully, it will be enough, though. Also, the good news also about an artifact deck is unless they find their Shadow Spear, if they have it in the main deck, they don't have life gain. So we can very slowly drain them out. Don't get too greedy, opponent. We do have a Mayhem Devil. That'll help us out. Mishra's Bauble. Okay. I mean, that does pop up this Construct, which is scary, but we only have one to deal with. That's very manageable. Okay. Thought Monitor again. Okay. They get another Construct. Scary. Again, but this is fine. Okay, opponent swinging with their big Construct, little Construct. All right, and then, okay, so how do we do this here? I guess we'll have to block with one Volder and Epic here. That's all we can do for now. Down to 15. Opponent's got tons of cards, but they don't have that much mana to cast anything. So, we're hoping that maybe we can punish them here in the next turn or two. Oh dear, they got the One Ring again. All right. They bought themselves a turn, which is really annoying, but it's fine. Make another Construct. Okay. So, how do we get out of this? How do we get out of this? Opponent's going to have to throw away a bunch of cards right now. We got a mountain. That doesn't really do anything, but we're going to hold on to that mountain. Here's why. Again, we can sacrifice it with blood tokens, and then hopefully we can just ping our opponent out here. So, okay. We're just going to have to wait a turn. Okay. It's not impossible. Our opponent is down to 8. They can't use any of their Mishra's Baubles unless they want to risk paying themselves down to nothing. So, got another island. Patchwork Automation. Again, that will be scary to deal with, but it's not scary yet. Thought Monitor again. They're pumping. They make another one. All right. Okay, big swing here. A little scary. That's fine, everybody. So here's how we do this. So, we don't really care about cards like our Amped Raptor, thankfully, or Volder and Epic here. And how do we do this here? How do we get out of this? Oh, I probably should have just made a Construct earlier. Okay, so that was a miss on my part here. I realized I probably should have done this. But that's okay. So, how do we get around this? So, let's throw away the mountain. Ping. Down to 7. Oni Cult Anvil again. And Unstable Amulet. Come on. Galvanic Discharge off the top. Nope. Did not get it. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. So we are going to lose one of our Steamkins, but at the same time, we should have at least enough mana where we probably could pull this off. We're down to 11. We can only afford one turn here to get our win. Is that going to be enough? Mishra's Bauble. Oh, wow, they are sacrificing him. Okay, that is greedy, opponent. Down to 6. Okay, so what will you do, opponent? You're down to 6 now. Springleaf Drum. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Actually, I'm looking at the clock right now, everybody, and we'll see if maybe we can probably get in one more match, and I think that'll be it for the stream today. We will, of course, do our wrap-up, because I'm also looking at it, and I guess this is taking a little bit longer than I thought. Okay, so with that, this will definitely be our last one. Win or lose. And then I think we'll just do a quick little wrap-up after that, so it's mostly what I'm looking at right now, everybody. Depends on how, I guess, how long this match goes. Okay, Arena of Glory. That doesn't really help us at all. So, here's how we do this. Burgie. Pops up Steamkin. Got pings. Got a 5. Do you have an answer, opponent? You're looking at stuff. Come on. Come on. Don't have an answer. That has black. That can tap. That can tap for something. But they need to tap down a lot of stuff. Metallic Rebuke. Okay, so they did have an answer. Okay, so we'll crack that. We'll pay it. It comes down. Okay, so how do we get around this? Okay, so it's not the end just yet. Is there any way out of this with what we have? Arena of Glory. Okay. Oni Cult Anvil. Make a mana. Alright, with that, we will Oni Cult Anvil on, at this point, well, the Unstable Amulet doesn't really help us at all, so. Ping. Make some tokens. Ping our opponent down. Down to 4. Down to 3. Okay, so. Sacrifice Oni Cult Anvil. 2. 1. Wow. Wow. 1 point away. That's all we need. We need to survive 1 turn. 1 whole turn. Our opponent cannot even trigger the 1 ring, because that will hurt them. Desperation swing here. Wow. Okay, so basically all we just need to do here is just survive the hit. So, block with everything. Actually, we actually don't even block with everything. Okay, so with that, let's just actually block here. Okay. Okay. Did we get there? Did we survive? Wow. Down to 3. Did we win? Does our opponent have any life gain in their deck? Any way to counter us? I don't think they do. And they sacrifice their Bishop's Bauble because they know there is nothing else to stop them. Ah, we did it! Oh my goodness, we actually won that match. We had no business winning that in some way, somehow. We got there. Okay, we ranked up one more time. I think that's a good place to end it, everybody. I think, excuse me, that was, wow. What a way to finish that off. Okay, we're definitely going to, I think we're going to call it there, everybody. We're going to end on a high note. That was really sweet. That was a great final match right there. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I'm so glad I got that one on stream. Okay, so with that, we're going to end it there, everybody. Let's kind of now go over things, because again, I'm looking at the clock and we got to take care of a couple other things today, so I'm sorry, everybody. I know, I would love to do more, but that's fine, everybody. We definitely will have another opportunity to do so. So with that, Daniel, how you doing there? Oh, I'm doing fine. Thank you for catching the stream. Unfortunately, though, Daniel, we're going to be ending in a little bit. I know I normally don't stream this super early in the day, but again, I had a couple other things. I do appreciate you at least popping in, so at least you'll get to kind of see things roll out before we're done. Okay, so for all of you that are still hanging out with me right now, that was basically it for everybody. That was what I call the demon ping. And you tell me in the comments below, or at least right here on the replay, what do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? Truth be told, I'm actually really happy with how the deck turned out. It is super janky as is, but it actually does the job. It was actually hilarious when we actually managed to get the combo off. We did manage to get the combo off on a couple of the streams, so that was really, really sweet. I was really, really satisfied with how Nixilis can do stuff here. Okay, don't worry, I'm happy to catch it. Well, thank you still, Daniel. I'm glad you at least you're here for it. At least at the very, if nothing else, don't worry, everybody. We will definitely throw up, of course, a copy of this so all of you can play this if you're interested in trying it out for yourself on Arena. Most of course, as you saw, was it all in Historic, as that's what you wanted to see. And the deck actually doesn't do too shabby in Historic. We also played right there, as you saw, a couple of Timeless matches. And in Timeless, it also can hold its own too. Man, I honestly didn't think we were going to win that last match. But that was really, really cool. And a cool testament to how the deck can handle itself. So major props to what this deck is doing, despite how limited it may be. Now, of course, we need to address the biggest weaknesses of the deck. As you see, our biggest weakness, of course, of the deck is we are very reliant on only a couple of removal spells, which is Galvanic Discharge, and mostly pinging our opponent to do our combo. And of course, if you are... Oh, thanks, Daniel. Appreciate that. Hopefully you have a great day wherever you're at. Again, the biggest thing, of course, we have to be aware of when it comes to a deck like this is, since we're mostly focused on the combo, we don't really have that much room, unfortunately, in the main deck for just dealing with our opponent stuff. So we don't have that much interaction, at least until we get the combo going, which is one of the things you have to be aware of with this kind of deck. Again, I don't play too many combo decks, but this one, again, was definitely something that kind of caught my eye because I thought it was actually a really cool idea. The idea came inspired to me from another person that I saw like post 2 cards, which was Unstable Amulet and Nixilis, and I thought, hey, we definitely could put together a deck based on all of that, and we managed to pull it off today with what we had. Now, if you're interested in upgrading this deck, to be perfectly honest, there's not that much room in the main deck here for other cards because it's kind of tight on what we're trying to do here. But if you were to look at considerations for other things, here's mostly what I would recommend for you if you do want to upgrade this deck and maybe take it to the next level. Obviously, the biggest thing I'm going to recommend for you is if you're playing this for the main deck, cards that you might want to consider is cards like Orcish Bowmasters, maybe 1 or 2 copies. That's all you need just to punish card draw decks. That's something I would say. It is going to be something of a nerf because remember, if you're playing this in Historic, you're going to deal with the disgusting nerfs that this kind of deck does. But that's fine. Again, that's just something that you're just going to have to deal with here. As far as other cards that you may want to consider if you do want to play this, or at least look at other options for you, is cards that just want to make sure that the combo will stay consistent, or at least ways of just dealing with certain things that maybe your opponent throws at you. So not too much I would say in black, because also the combo is reliant heavily on red mana just to do its thing. So as for what I would consider for the red side, there might be a couple of cards that if you do want to try to at least ping out your opponent, you could do cards like, I don't know, maybe like, I guess if you want to do a Grape Shot, but that's mostly, again, something as more of like a single copy of, if you just want to go super win more with the deck. Other cards that you may want to consider, it's kind of hard. Mostly just because, again, you want to stay to, I don't want to have you go into too many other colors, but again, other cards that might help you out, maybe for sideboard, would be cards like Roiling Vortex here. That would be a really sweet option for you in the sideboard. Just kind of punish your opponent and turn off life gain, because that's also something that hurts us quite a bit. Other cards that might help you out is cards that also kind of punish mostly what your opponent is also trying to do here. It's risky, but if you do play this in Timeless, I would say maybe something like Blood Moon here. Blood Moon also would be probably good for you for the sideboard. You're just going to have to redo part of your mana base if you do want to use a Blood Moon in Timeless. That actually would be a hilarious way to kind of hose your opponents. Other cards that maybe you want to consider, and if you're playing this in, say, the Timeless format here, I would say maybe, I don't know here, I'm trying to think, where is that card at? There is, I would say Urbrask is probably going to be one of your other options here. Wait, where is he at? I just saw him right now. So where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Wait, where is he? Hold on one second, everybody. Okay, so where is he at here? Wait, no, is he 3 mana or 4 mana? I cannot count him right now. He's 4 mana. That's why. Okay, so The card I would recommend for you, Urbrask, maybe a single copy of, if maybe you want to go down an Nixilis, which is a little risky, or you could take out maybe a Mayhem Devil or a Burgee and then put an Urbrask here. He also will be able to help you add some mana, so I think maybe a Burgee can be taken out, and then also you can put him in, because once you start chaining together all your spells, you'll be able to also ping your opponent, which will keep the Nixilis combo going, and also be able to flip him, which can then turn into a Wrath, which kind of helps kind of fix one of the problems with the deck, which is we don't have a Wrath to deal with go wide strategies, as you saw. Something to keep in mind, of course, but again, it's going to take a little bit of extra tweaking with your deck if you want to get that off. As far as the sideboard options are, mostly it's just going to come down to, again, just whatever your deck is having trouble with. So obviously with Duresses, if you want to throw in their Inquisition Kozilek, if you want to throw in Thoughtseize, mostly those are going to be your best options to get rid of Duress here. You can keep the Bone Shards. I think that would work for you. Excuse me. Some of the other options that may help you out if you do want to deal with maybe anti-combo stuff, or if you want to deal with anti-control stuff, use Surgical Extraction here. I think that would probably be your best option here. Maybe you might want to get rid of End the Festivities, or maybe put in a stronger Wrath. Something to keep in mind, depending on, again, what your opponent is trying to play. Tormod's Crypt, you can probably keep those as is. They are free. They're easy. You really don't need any super crazy graveyard hate for this deck, but if you really want to consider other graveyard hate options, then I would recommend, let's actually throw up a couple things for you. For that, we'll then type in graveyard, and then, so for here, other options may, depending on, again, what the meta is doing, you could put in Grafdigger's Cage if you want to. You could put in cards like, I don't know, you could put in Unlicensed Hearse if you want something else to pump up everything. You have tons of options. I mean, mostly what I'm just saying is you can kind of tweak your sideboard how you need to, depending on the meta. The main deck, it's kind of harder just to work with because there's not really much else room for the combo, and you normally kind of just don't want to sacrifice too much of your combo. But as I mentioned earlier, if you do want to, I would definitely say upgrade your mana base. I mean, I say that all the time, but definitely upgrade it because that'll help you get some stuff out there. So cards like Den of the Bugbear, you'll need some creature lands just to at least give you a little bit of extra reach. You can use Hive of the Eye Tyrant. A single copy of that can help you with a little extra graveyard hate. If you want to, then you can also use cards like Sokazin here. It's kind of a free roll here, and also those 1/1 spirits can be helpful in a pinch. But otherwise, you can kind of, again, do a lot of things. Honestly, I'm really happy with the deck. It's pretty flexible with the mana base if you want to tweak it. Even with the jank that we had, it still did very well. So play around with it if you do want to try it out. Either way, I assure you, you will definitely not be disappointed whatever you want to do. But otherwise, before we wrap up the stream, here's, as always, for those of you who have stuck around this far into the stream, you are my true fiery friends, and because of that, you'll get a quick little sneak peek as to what we are looking at doing in the future. So we just finished up Blue Steel, as I mentioned. Demon Ping was what we just finished through today. Going down the line, however, we're definitely going to have some other couple things. If you are interested in a future Brawl deck, I do have a cute little deck here, Plants vs. Zombies. No peeky, though. We're also going to hold off on that a little bit later on. In terms of other decks that maybe you might want to consider for the line and we're going to be looking at, for Timeless, we have a deck that's only human. So Humans deck, mono white, really cool. Also, it is a budget deck. We are still working on the Basically series. It's going to take a little extra time because 3 colors is a little bit more of a challenge for me. But we do have an energy deck and basically a pirates deck. For those of you that want to play something that's super simple and easy to put together that will not require a single rare or mythic to build. And our future deck tech, one that's going to be coming out, it's going to be a small one because I'm going to be busy for the next couple days, is going to be a 4th of July deck themed around energy, American Energy. Be sure to stick around for that. That will go live Thursday morning. But otherwise, that's basically it for today, everybody. I don't really have much else to say except one more time, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support you have provided me for today. I really do appreciate all of you. And again, hopefully you have a wonderful day wherever you are at. And hopefully, again, you'll have a great week. If you're celebrating the holiday, be safe out there. Have a lot of fun. And even if you're not, whatever you do, just enjoy your week. But otherwise, I think we'll wrap it up there, everyone. We're going to hit our nice little outro music right now. And just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Later.